Willis, and in the band I'm sort of playing a bit of bass guitar and timpani drums at the moment. And my parents were very musical, my dad was in bands and whatnot, so I've always been exposed to like live music and used to take me to concerts when I was a kid. Drums is my main instrument. I mean, I used to work as like a part-time music teacher.
You still need to be able to pick up a guitar or piano, or not pick up a piano, but that'd be quite difficult. But pick up your instrument and sit there and play something. That's when the creative ideas actually happen. What we tend to do is pair off and say we do a bit of Jason and Robert would do a bit of guitar along with keyboard, and then I'd do a bit of vocals along with keyboard, or me and Jason would just sit there and play sort of a bit of bass and guitar together. But yeah, rarely do we actually all get together as a band and just jam.
That period I rejoined, which was in 1976, was just before what became known as the Great Equipment Heist, when the management and the band parted company and the management took all of our equipment while we were interviewing bass players in London. So when we came back to the house, all the equipment had gone and we were left with virtually nothing. We got a new bass player, I'd rejoined, and all of a sudden we didn't have any equipment or management or money or anything else. And that required a whole sort of, everybody to recommit themselves to that position and then start again from scratch.
It's funny because when you're a kid, your influences really change. I mean, when I was 13, it was Nirvana. And I thought, oh, Kurt Cobain, Dave Grohl, Kristen Novoselic, they're brilliant. And Alice in Chains and Metallica and Pantera, all the heavy bands. I got into a lot of black metal and lots of heavy kind of music when I was quite young. And then I kind of drifted off and got into sort of punk music and gothic music. As I've grown older, I've become more interested in sort of, I suppose, more progressive bands, but not prog as such. I like Frank Zappa and Captain Beefheart, and obviously Robert John Godfrey and the Enid. And I think what Francis and Steve have done guitar-wise is, I think it's brilliant. I love Steve Stewart's guitars and just his harmonisation of things and how he's played them. So I'd say Stephen Stewart's probably a very, very big influence.
The Enid have created a unique way of going about writing popular music. And the reason is because none of us really listened to much other music when at the formative stages as the Enid, and we were not slaves to the template, the same old riffs and the same old melodies and the same old rhythms and the things that bands always do. Because we went wider than that, and we weren't limited by the stylistic side of the instruments we played either. I was a classical musician. Francis played quite a bit of folk. He was very interested in classical music. Steve was essentially a Hendrix man, but we forgot about all that, and we envisaged the music and then found a way of being able to play it.